Tinubu's tax reform bill. Kill the bill before it kills northern Nigeria. And now to the news in full. Despite the groundswell of opposition against the so-called tax reform bill, President Tinubu is hell-bent on lobbying the National Assembly to pass the painful and toxic bill, which is not only inimical to northern Nigeria but to the rest of the country. But it is you people that are actually complaining too much. It is only the northern people that are complaining too much. What is so-called bill and what do you mean by Tinubu is hell-bent? What's hell-bent? Even the Nigerian Governors Forum (NGF), comprising of the 36 states of the Federation and cutting across the different parts of the socio-political strata of the country, had called for the withdrawal of the bill to allow for further consultation. For like 20 years, Abi. That's what you are saying. They should wait for like 20 years, like Zulum said, that it took 20 years before they could pass one bill. So they should also wait for 20 years before they pass this one, Abi. That's what you are looking for. But President Tinubu is adamant that the bill must pass. Mega social-cultural political groups, including Afenifere or Ohanaeze Ndigbo, have called for restraint and wider consultation, but the president still maintained the bill. It is a lie. It's only the northerners that are complaining. It needs to be restated that the interest of the good people of Nigeria is always over and above any individual interest when it does not favor you. It is when it does not favor you that you say that the interest of the people of Nigeria should be above. If it favored you now, you will not say that it is in the interest of Nigerians. Clearly, the bill is not in tandem with any non-development agenda because it is based on consumption and production, so it is not important. The toxicity of the bill is more so when juxtaposed with the current ultra-advanced and mega poverty, joblessness and aggravated hunger which has overwhelmed the majority of Nigerians today. Since May 29, 2023, the price of almost every commodity or service in Nigeria has skyrocketed to unimaginable levels. The Tinubu administration has removed subsidy on almost everything, including the proverbial pure water. This administration introduced tuition fees in tertiary institutions, removed subsidy on petrol and electricity, and pushed the exchange rate of the USD to Naira to almost 2,000 Naira through a deliberate flotation of the Naira while claiming that they are implementing reforms. The interest of the Bretton Woods institution, the IMF, and the World Bank cannot be considered over and above the interest of Nigerians. These neo-colonial institutions have been calling for the removal of fuel subsidy in Nigeria since I can remember. Successive Nigerian presidents have resisted the pressure from the IMF and World Bank to remove fuel subsidy except Tinubu. You can't remove fuel subsidy when you don't have any options for supply. You can't remove fuel subsidies when your refineries are not working. True that. I accept that. On the flip side, I see the Tinubu administration employing some theoretical textbook Western star policies which do not fit into Nigeria's ground peculiarities and realities. This is the reason why almost every policy introduced by President Tinubu has been a subject of huge controversy in Nigeria. The Tinubu administration needs to be more local and look more into the realities on the ground in Nigeria before imposing more taxes on hunger-ravaged Nigerians. This government is clearly inspired by Western textbook methods. But in other countries, you people pay tax. If people travel out of the country and build your house in London and everywhere, you people pay tax. But in your own country, you don't want to pay tax. You just want everything to be going smoothly for you. You just want to be eating from the revenue that comes into the country, to your state. But you don't want to contribute anything. You don't want to pay tax. You don't want to do anything. It is because people are not generating enough revenues. If they are generating revenues, it will not be an issue for you to pay tax. Because every country that I know, they pay tax. The UK, they pay tax. The US, they pay tax. You people go there, you people have houses there, you people travel there, you pay your tax. But if it is Nigeria, you say they should not pay tax. Make no mistake, taxation will never build an economy, only production will. So, are we working towards producing anything in our country? They should plan for that too. Are you people planning to do anything in your state as well? No. Instead of imposing more taxes, which the citizens and corporate bodies cannot bear anyway, the Tinubu administration should focus on building factories and ramp up the manufacturing sector to create jobs, boost exports, and strengthen the value of the Naira against the major global currencies. Only production and exports can save our Naira from being a mere tissue paper. Well, I support this one that there should be factories, so that at least there will be enough jobs for people in the country. But the northerners want to do that. Do they want to do that? If they create factory now, maybe a factory that produces alcohol in your state, will people say not say it's haram and say no, we don't want it? If they build these factories, which people destroy it? Because people are always against development in your country, in your state. People are always against it. So even if they build these factories and ramp up manufacturing sectors in the country, are your people ready to work? That's another question. People don't want to work. People are so reliant on this free money that people are getting. They don't want to. It is an established fact that the new tax bill will conspire to further impoverish the North, the so-called poverty capital of Africa. Why are you people poor? You people have had presidents come from your state how many times? You've had Yar'Adua, you've had Buhari, and yet no single progress to your state. People are saying that you are poverty capital, and you people are okay with being a poverty capital of Africa. For example, the VAT payable based on consumption, which is 20% in the current tax law, will be increased to 60%, with Lagos State taking the largest share out of it. That is you people's problem. Lagos State are taking the largest share. And because we have more people working in Lagos State, how many jobs do we have in the north? How many revenues are people bringing in into the table that people want to share money equally? It is not possible now. Under Tinubu'S new tax proposal, cows made in Sokoto and transported to Lagos for consumption will attract 60% so-called consumption tax, whose major beneficiary will be Lagos, with Sokoto, the producer, getting very little out of it. People are selling the cows. Are people not selling it? Is it? What are people saying? Sokoto, the producer. You are producing cow. Are you producing cow now? Okay, fine. You are producing it. Are people not selling it? Are you people not selling it? Are you not making money from it? So why can't you pay your tax on it? Because I don't understand. The VAT formula in the new tax bill will favour states with a higher consumption rate, which are Lagos and Rivers. And you to make sure that your state has higher consumption rate now. Because Northerners are way more than Lagosians. Abi, if I'm not even mistaken, Northerners are more than Lagosians. If they conduct vote now, you'll be seeing millions of voters in the north. So obviously, why can't people also generate higher consumption rate so that people will also have the larger share instead of complaining and complaining and complaining? The north with a low consumption rate due to insecurity, but a huge producer of mostly agricultural products and raw materials shortchanged big time if the bill is passed. Then people should also do something about the insecurity, because we know that it is all these your politicians that are sponsoring bandits. Because if they are not sponsoring bandits, they will not catch a bandit and tell us that a bandit has repented. So the insecurity in your state is caused by you people as well. Until people stand against it and call out your politicians and leave Tinubu out of this issue, people are not ready for anything. Don't say that Lagos and Rivers are going to enjoy more. People should also work towards having higher consumption rates. People should work on the insecurity in your state. They are your people. Talk to them in the language they understand. Tell them the things, the security that they are doing, what is causing into your state, and let there be changes and stop fighting what is not fightable. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.